Have you ever cried over something small and then immediately thought, why am I like this? Maybe a movie scene, a kind message, a harsh word, or even a memory you didn't expect. And right after the tears come, the guilt follows. You tell yourself you're too sensitive, too emotional, too weak. But what if I told you that crying easily is not a flaw at all? What if psychology says the exact opposite? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, the way you see your tears may completely change. And you might realize that what you thought was weakness is actually one of your strongest psychological traits. Before we go deeper, if content like this makes you feel understood and seen, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps Silent Psychology reach more people who need to hear this message, just like you. Now let's continue. From a very young age, many of us are taught that crying is something to control. Don't cry. Be strong. Toughen up. Especially for women, emotions are often labeled as drama, and for men, tears are labeled as weakness. Over time, this conditioning teaches us to disconnect from our natural emotional responses. So when someone cries easily, society assumes they are fragile. But psychology tells a very different story. People who cry easily often have a highly responsive emotional system. This means their brain processes emotions deeply and honestly, without suppression. That is not weakness, that is emotional intelligence. Psychologists explain that crying is a healthy emotional release. It helps regulate the nervous system, lower stress hormones, and restore emotional balance. When you cry, your body is literally protecting you. People who don't cry easily are not necessarily stronger. They may simply be suppressing emotions, which can later show up as anxiety, burnout, or emotional numbness. Those tears you try to hide are actually your mind's way of healing itself in real time. If you cry easily, chances are you also feel things deeply. You notice changes in tone, energy, and atmosphere. You sense when something is off, even when no one says it out loud. Psychology links this to high empathy and emotional awareness. You don't just understand emotions intellectually, you experience them. That depth allows you to connect with others in a way many people can't. You feel joy fully, love intensely, and yes, pain deeply too. But depth is not a defect. It is a capacity. Think about it. The people who cry during movies, who tear up when they hear a sad story, who feel overwhelmed by beauty or kindness, are often the same people who are loyal, compassionate, and emotionally present. Research shows that emotionally sensitive individuals tend to have stronger moral awareness and higher empathy levels. They care deeply because their nervous system is tuned to human emotion. Their sensitivity makes them powerful listeners, supportive friends, and emotionally safe partners. Another important truth psychology reveals is that crying easily often means you are honest with yourself. You don't numb your feelings or pretend everything is fine when it's not. You allow emotions to move through you instead of getting stuck. That emotional flow is healthy. Suppressed emotions don't disappear. They accumulate. Crying is not losing control. It is releasing control in the healthiest way possible. Many people who cry easily also grew up being emotionally aware or emotionally responsible early in life. Sometimes they learned to read emotions to survive. Sometimes they were the ones who understood others before being understood themselves. This can create heightened emotional sensitivity, but it also creates resilience. You may feel deeply, but you also recover deeply. Tears come, and then you continue. That is strength. Psychology also points out that the brain chemistry of people who cry easily is different. Tears contain stress hormones. When you cry, your body flushes out emotional tension. After crying, many people feel calmer, clearer, and more grounded. That's not coincidence. That's biology working in your favor. Your system knows how to self-regulate. If you've ever been told you're too emotional, what they often mean is that your emotions make them uncomfortable. Not everyone knows how to sit with feelings. Not everyone has the courage to face vulnerability. Crying easily reflects openness, not fragility. It takes courage to feel in a world that constantly pushes numbness. This is why silent psychology talks about emotional truth without shame, because understanding your emotional nature changes how you treat yourself. Instead of fighting your tears, you can learn to respect them. Instead of judging yourself, you can ask, what is this emotion trying to tell me? That question alone can transform your inner relationship. There is also a powerful misconception that strong people don't cry. Psychology completely rejects this. Strong people feel and still move forward. Strong people process emotions instead of denying them. Crying does not stop you from functioning. Suppression does. Many high-performing, mentally strong individuals cry privately and regularly. They simply don't talk about it. If you cry easily, you may also be someone who loves deeply, gives fully, and hopes sincerely. That openness can hurt, yes, but it also makes life meaningful. The goal is not to harden yourself. The goal is to protect your sensitivity while understanding it. Emotional boundaries are learned skills, not emotional shutdowns. As this video comes closer to the end, I want you to pause for a moment and reflect. How many times have you judged yourself for crying? How many times have you wished you were less sensitive? What if instead of trying to become someone else, you learned how to work with who you already are? If this message resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and share your experience. Do you cry easily? And has it ever been misunderstood? Your words might help someone else feel less alone. And if you think this video could help a friend, share it with them. You never know who needs permission to stop feeling ashamed of their emotions. Thank you for spending this time with Silent Psychology. Remember, your tears are not a weakness. They are evidence that you feel, and feeling deeply is one of the most human strengths there is.